Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gindi Month on Content Breaker. I am strangely entertaining, joined by Zog, Kelz, Static Dreads. Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
I wasn't expecting to be the first one to be called, so I cheers twice.
Mixing it up.
I'm doing great.
Far better than our ancient predecessors, who had dinosaurs to fend off and various adventures to be witnessed.
Various plagues and or
Monkey
other
mans,
beings, monkey
and
men.
Shaman.
Possible Aku to drink.
Yeah, that
But
was
at least back then we could always default to the simple answer of fuck him up with a rock.
Every time, man, drop a
Plenty of
spear, break the dinosaur's ankles, break the dinosaur's teeth with whatever rock is around. I love it.
Hey, works. Works.
You really out here, bro? What are you really out here?
But yes, we are talking about Primal. Gindi Tartakovsky's Primal. And
His newest work.
it is. It's his latest and greatest. And just recently is having its second season air. Wow.
Yeah.
How did we plan that one?
I was genuinely surprised because I didn't know we were getting a second season, but I guess it had been talked about at one of the meetings that I was like there for, but not like there for.
You're there, but you're not there.
Yeah, I'm there, but I'm not there. I'm over.
Okay,
I
this
would
part
Draw it on the wall so I can comprehend what you're saying.
Yeah. It's
Bet.
all-
Get the whiteboard out.
So I am blown away by the variety and adventure that Genndy Tartakovsky has had in his career, from Dexter's Lab to the Clone Wars series to his, wonder, like magnum opus that is Samurai Jack, all the way to his films where he's doing Hotel Transylvania.
Still weird.
Yeah, that's still weird. I don't know
Still
if I
weird.
could get over that, honestly. It's like such a weird
Well,
I
he
mean-
directed it.
Yeah.
directed. Yeah,
he
but
directed and did the art style for it. But I think writing-wise, it was always Adam Sandler who did those. But hey, he picked the perfect guy to get the message across.
Yeah.
Those movies are good. The first two are good.
As a master of Western animation, to see everything that Genndy has done, it all feels very Genndy. To which, that's exactly what Primal feels like. Primal feels like Genndy doing Samurai Jack, but not with a Cartoon Network restriction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're not fighting robots that ooze blue blood.
this is straight up like. And I do want to talk about this real quick because the entirety of Primal just seems like from the very first episode when he's spearing the fish. You see, I don't know if you know about fish, but they don't exactly bleed that much. Which
Not fish
these are
nowadays.
these are ancient fish. I guess you could make an argument about that. But I was like, just the way he was putting the hook through the mouth and everything. I'm like, that's a lot of blood for. But I'm like, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Hey, it sets the tone and lets you know, hey, this shit gonna get messy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to compare it to something, it would be season 5 of Samurai Jack. It would be the closest approximation, but like all of Gendy's works, it feels uniquely its own. I expect some kind of dialogue, at least, with Samurai Jack. I expect maybe not as wordy and as prolific as Dexter's Lab.
That man's just got to hit us with
But-
an Aku!
Yeah.
At least
I
once an episode.
I expect something. But with this, I'm surprised if I get more than a grunt.
Or a bunch of screams, which was most of the voice acting. It was like, ah! It's just dinosaur screams. Which
So,
really sets it apart from the rest of Gindy's work, I think, because he's right. usually like the writing's kind of witty. With this, there's
Well,
no verbal.
With Samurai Jack, we see him delving into non-verbal and non-dialogue focused storytelling. With the immediate one that comes to mind is the story of the blind archers, where it's Samurai Jack is going after the tower in the snow, and he can't say a word. It's very dramatic and it's very quiet, and like that's the tension of the entire episode. Where we get that same vibe, but it's primarily the focus in this one. It's not like a one-off. We're testing the waters with cinematic Western animation. We're delving into this is the thing wholeheartedly. We are going to tell a story, at least for the first 9 episodes, without a single word of spoken dialogue that is comprehensible to the viewer. It's all grunts, yells, facial expressions, comedic timing, pacing, all of everything else that tells a story. We're not going to have a single word in this show, which really works when we're telling a story about prehistoric man and dinosaur who doesn't have language.
Yeah. It also lends a lot to like visual storytelling, because they got to find some way to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
They got to find somehow to do it.
We don't get the first words until like episode 10, I believe.
Yep.
When we meet Mira.
Yep. Mira.
So as they go 9 whole episodes without dialogue, and then seeing dialogue used to introduce a whole new world, that's a whole play right there. Like that shows the difference between these two characters. Like that's a big brain chess move, and shows the difference because we have primitive caveman, and then I believe Mira is a Homo sapien. I believe the first Homo sapien.
We
Yeah,
believe
it's like
so.
Neanderthal and Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Which
So-
up until this point, we don't get any introduction to like the difference. All we ever see, because we don't have any definition of time. All we see is Spear, our protagonist, going on an adventure, him versus almost Monkey Man's.
Almost Monkey Man's basically big gorilla guy. He fought mammoths. So and in a frozen time, so close to Ice Age, maybe? I don't know. It's
I think
Gindi.
maybe
This
went
could
up-
literally be on a whole entirely different planet. Who the fuck knows?
I think it was right. But no, I think they were just went to like North Continent or something. Maybe it's
This
just
is-
cold air. I was just like, that's a.
This is the future that Jack left.
So this is the one challenge that I have really seen with this show. Great time. Very episodic. You can pop into whatever episode is on. Very much made for American TV. Right. Turn it on, catch it on Adult Swim, whatever episode, and you're seeing caveman and dinosaur go on an adventure and wreck some shit for 23 minutes. Which is fine. It's great. I enjoy the overall narrative we get to see. But part of the challenge of nonverbal storytelling and kind of the story arc of the journey is I don't have outside of episode 1, I don't really have any motivation for why we're in the savannah, running away from raptors, or why we're in the tundra having a run into the mammoths. Like I don't have any explanation why we're happening upon Monkey Man Central, who are going up with gladiator games.
Yeah.
Like
that was I think it was about halfway. I don't know. It's episodic, and then there's a couple episodes that tie into each other. I think it's like 5 is with the Ape Men, right? Ape Rage or Rage of the Ape Man.
I'm
something
gonna go
like
with
that.
Shore.
Lord,
Yeah.
I don't fucking
And
know.
then, well, and then like the episode after that, episode 6, Spears trying to like carry
Oh, yeah.
Fang. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
speaking of the episode count, I gotta mention it. The when this aired, it had like halfway through, it had like a year hiatus because of production issues and the state of the world at the time. It stopped. So when it came back, the episode it came back on was actually out of order. They put the plague episode on April 1st, 2020.
Oh no!
Right as everything shut down in the U.S., they put the plague episode out there.
That's a fun one.
On the day they expect a fucking joke out of Adult Swim.
Which is the worst, because at the episode 5, which is the last episode of the first part, when they went on hiatus, that's when we end with this cliffhanger. We end with this kind of crazy, violent scene, and then we also see Fang get hurt. And that's when we end the episode and this hiatus. We think Fang is possibly dead. Mm-hmm. And then to go on, and the next episode you see is just the Plague of Madness.
The episode after she's supposed to get better.
But yeah, that was great.
That's what a way to come back. That would have.
You had to know that as soon as things started shutting down for COVID, the person in the studio being like, "Well, we are supposed to come back on this date, but this is too fitting.
This is too funny.
Just
Let's have a zombie brachiosaurus or whatever, brontosaurus, whatever it's called, chase Fang and Spear around and watch the PTSD set in again.
It was perfect timing. They had to do it. I can
that-
honestly
a
say I would have
horrifying
done
episode.
the same thing.
Speaking
I
of,
probably
what
would
a
have.
what a just an absolute horrifying episode. Could you imagine having a 30-ton creature zombie chasing after you and just doesn't die for whatever reason? Just doesn't stop.
And they said, fuck that lava.
Well, we know Strange doesn't have depression based off that.
You've never considered a 30-ton creature running after you? Huh?
That won't die.
Honestly, if any kind of zombie thing surprises you, play Left 4 Dead for like 5 minutes. You'll get desensitized real quick.
So, this is Gendy doing Gendy shit. And we have all manner of crazy episodes with crazy plot lines. But what is Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal about?
Is really the story of a companionship between Fang and Spear. Well, really the story, I guess, of like Spear, our caveman, who was going throughout this period. Like I said, we don't know. I would say it was like the Cretaceous period, but then it was like obviously not, since Homo sapiens are showing up, and we also got woolly mammoths. So it's somewhere around it's definitely BC, somewhere BC. And this
Fair assessment.
Sorry. Such a wide range, but yeah.
it is. Like, what do you want?
I'm just imagining with like, couldn't be the Jurassic period, man.
Couldn't
We
be
got
late
like rodents and
Cretaceous.
shit. It's definitely BC.
BC, somewhere BC. You know,
This definitely
Jesus.
isn't the pre-Cambrian era. Definitely not then.
I'm just saying. So, because we've got, technically, Ice Age lied to a lot of people, and woolly mammoths and dinosaurs didn't really exist at that point in time together. But anyway. But we're BC, and we're seeing the story of our guy, Spear, not to be confused. And here's the thing that messed me up. I feel like Fang would be a better human name than Spear, but I guess
Why?
Fang had to be. I don't know.
But Fang got
Fang's
the Fang,
got the
and Spear
Fang,
got
yeah.
the Spear.
I feel like I've met, well, not met.
No,
I feel like I've
you're
seen
just thinking
someone
of Naruto.
named
You're
Fang.
thinking of
Kiba,
fucking
maybe.
Kiba, yeah.
Fang over Fang
Probably.
head. Yeah. So, okay, anyway, but we've got Spear going on this journey, and he meets Fang, which is like probably my favorite episode, is that episode when they go against the two red dinosaurs. But stuff happens. Things ensue.
He broke his
Babies
ankle
die.
with a rock. It was metal as
Yes. And oh Lord. So then they go on this journey together to, like, we don't know what to do because there's no dialogue, but it's just basically the story of them surviving. And seeing that is so raw because it's just like this is the story of survival in the BC time. So,
Well, it's not just that either. They both go through massive loss in the first episode and find comfort and camaraderie with each other. So
yeah, one loses
kinda
his family,
moving
the other
past
one
that
also
grief.
loses his family. Yeah, so that woolly mammoth, though, I
And-
felt so bad for it. It didn't.
Well, it was old and dying, but
it's the one obstacle they could not kill past.
Which
Let's
was
say-
cool to see.
I also like it because elephants are the only other animal besides humans that actually mourn their dead. So having a woolly mammoth being the ancestor of elephants, just basically go on a revenge kick to say, hey, bitch, that was mine.
that's ours. It's coming with us. Yeah.
We're coming for Gertrude. Give us back Gertrude's tusk.
I'll say
That's all we want.
I wish to
It was a
preference-
nice touch.
I wish to preference that this Primal
Pre-
is not
preface.
for the faint of heart, as per my wife Dainta, who sat and watched the first episode with me. She is now traumatized.
Yeah, she texted me and told me that. She was like, I was watching Primal with Strange, and now I'm sad. I was like, I just laughed at her, and she didn't respond. But
Man, damn.
Oh, damn.
Well, I mean, in the first episode, we see,
See, that's
not
why she
only
didn't text me.
no, I wasn't laughing because she was wrong. I was laughing because I'm like, pain. That's all I can do is laugh.
we see in the first episode, we see
Feel that.
Spears' family get eaten.
Yep.
Straight up.
Him go on a revenge kick against
Hell
the
yeah.
nearest dinosaur he sees.
Nearest dinosaur.
And then come to find out that's the wrong color dinosaur. They didn't eat your
Oops.
kids. But the red dinosaurs here to eat the blue dinosaurs' kids. And then they do. And then Spear and Fang tag team this motherfucker.
That was hard.
And then
That
go
was
on
so
an
hard.
adventure. Like,
Yo.
to see the violence and the depiction of gore is one of the things that really sets us apart due to age rating from the other Gendy stuff. And it's good to see them able to take advantage of this for a different audience. Like,
It very fits in, like, it finding its own identity amongst the Gindie portfolio.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, if you say fucking
but-
Gendy first, I'm done.
Let's look at Gendy
But
Primal's color
The-
palette.
Gindie has
Red.
they have done Primal promos where he like was in Dexter's lab. But as far as I'm concerned, that is just some promo marketing bullshit. There is no need to cross this shit over. There does not have to be a universe for everything.
No,
Unless
doesn't
it's like-
Dexter bring back a caveman one episode?
Yes, and that was clearly the inspiration for the design of Spear, and fuck you, that does not prove a damn thing.
It proves everything.
I stand by it. It does not have to be one universe.
We're in the end game now.
All I'm saying is apparently Dexter's lab is supposed to be as gory as this.
Okay.
This truly shows that he is unrestricted in whatever he wants to do at this point.
Have you heard about Gendy's new movie?
Yes.
Hotel Transylvania 4?
No.
Though, he's working on
No.
another one.
Yeah, the other one. We did it in our first podcast of the month.
Yeah, we mentioned it. The one with the dog or whatever. He's gonna get snipped. So he has to go live it up.
Yeah, done by Sony. Yeah.
I can't wait to see that trailer. How they gonna
I'ma
pull
watch
this
it.
off?
It's called Fixed. I'm looking forward to how crazy this is. Kind of, sort of.
It's going to be wild.
I wanted an IMAX.
Okay.
So, how did you feel about our two deterrists, as Kai has got us saying? How do you feel about our two main characters, Fang and Spear? How do you feel about the relationship? How do you feel about where you think that will go in the future?
I initially saw it as like a I don't want to use the
Convenience?
word because of what happens later,
Symbiotic?
But no, like a
Symbionic Titan.
an owner and their pet kind of thing. I didn't want to use the word owner because of what shows up later in the series. Someone who's not paying attention might misconstrue that, but whatever. But as it goes on and you see them like interacting more and more, it almost seems like both. It honestly seems human. Their relationship seems like two people who have been like, "Yo, we've been through some shit." But at least you here, brother. Good to have you.
They seem like companions. Like, I would say a Shaggy and Scooby, but on a vendetta instead of a binge. Definitely.
Shaggy and Scooby do Taken, you know?
Yeah.
Why did Shaggy just show up with a spear just out of nowhere, just riding on Scooby?
Like, gosh!
Zoinks!
Zoinks, man! I speared his brains out.
I'm all out of Scooby
Oh
snacks.
shit!
Gotta make Scooby snacks out of him now, man.
Oh my god!
Might be out of Scooby snacks.
Giant
but not an
dinosaur
option.
sandwich.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, best me ever.
Oh damn! I just realized it is very much like the soldier who finds a dog out in the war zone and takes it back home with him to keep.
So it's
Except I
I'm
would
Legend is what
argue-
you're saying.
No, I would argue it's more like a bear in this case, but absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
goes and like...
Okay, he finds a bear cub and it's just like, "You're my dog now," and goes home with it.
I
No,
always
because
saw...
the bear, I wouldn't
I
say
see,
quite
like-
like that.
Hey, you can ride it into battle.
You're not wrong. You could ride a bear in the battle, like, totally.
Narnia is not
actually-
facts.
Actually, you can't ride a bear in the battle because their spines aren't that strong.
Oh, that
I've
is
never
too.
tested the tensile strength of a bear's spine, and I tell you what, I don't plan to.
So wait, so you're
It's an
telling me
analogy.
to
It
kill a
doesn't have to
bear...
match up 100%.
Well, I think you're thinking of brown bears. There are definitely bears you can ride into battle, but the common brown bear you cannot because it's not big enough. A black bear,
choose
yes.
a bear.
Hey,
It's like
how do you know I wasn't thinking of a grizzly?
Because you weren't.
no.
Or polar.
Tell me what I'm thinking of.
I wouldn't ride a black bear in a battle because they're timid. Just
That's
because
true.
of the geographic location that black bears live around. You could scare a black bear. You could not scare a brown bear
Or a grizzly.
or a grizzly, which
But,
is another.
no, all
Anyways,
you have
to
bears
do-
are not a
Apparently-
problem. Bears are not a problem
Yet.
in Gendy Tartakovsky's
Yet.
Primal. Fucking dinosaurs are.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I see excuse me, the relationship between Fang and Spirit as like a companion relationship. It's kind of like a, you got my back, I got your back. And also like like animals dictate like a level of emotions that I don't feel like humans like. I feel like animals are more emotionally intelligent than humans. I know it's gonna be like, whoa, bruh, what are you saying? I
Oh,
feel
fuck
things.
no. You're absolutely right on that.
Okay, I've said this before, and people are like, "You're wrong," but I guess I didn't explain it well. But because animals instinctually know like how someone is feeling, you can't really mask that against like that. And I feel like Fang senses that, like, you have been through the same pain. So I lost my children, you lost your family. Let's just go out together. And a good example of that is like the Monkey King like fight where Fang gets injured. Like, there's this huge battle, but they're like back to back. It doesn't feel like owner and pet relationship. It feels Dipper's so cute, but it feels like a kind of like he just came and laid down his paws. What do you
Look.
want from me?
Speaking of an owner and his pet,
He's so adorable. Unlike, see, he knows where to go, unlike the other demon. But anyway, so
I agree. Like,
Yeah.
and definitely that kind of relationship between an animal and what we are assuming as human. A man that we can relate to, seeing this kind of relationship really is what helps sells the non-verbal, non-dialogue storytelling through the first season. It's because the dinosaur doesn't talk. that we're able to like see the reaction and see the lizard brain also function and make the connections, and us follow along with that growth and arc and
100%.
partnership. That really what makes this really work.
200%, bro.
A lot of
300%
yelling.
agree. Yeah,
So
I
how
mean,
does-
Just imagine all those shows that give the animal companion an actual speaking voice if they just hit mute anytime it had dialogue.
and it's still communicating.
And it still works. You still understand what they're doing.
for some reason, my
That's
brain
what matters.
automatically went to my gym partner's a monkey. I just imagined like the whole school being silent except for Adam.
You literally only watch like 2% of that show with the audio on.
But you know what is a good example of that, and I hate using this
That
'cause
would
we
make
used
the
it
show better.
last week. Like the Billy and Mandy episode with the duck that farted. It never talked, but like it was so entertaining.
I feel like you just had to bring that up one more time this month.
I'm saying.
Could
But
you
I'll-
imagine though Johnny Test without Dookie talking at all?
It would have been better, especially after the reboot.
One would have been better. Two would have
Yeah.
been
His-
even better if
his-
they just didn't do the show.
Yeah. Oh yes.
His voice changed, like, because I think there were 2 voice changes. Like, his original voice of Dookie, I loved it. His second voice change, awful. Absolutely garbage water. Like, there's... Like,
Wait.
I really liked, like, Shang-Chi is another good example. Like, because we had Oscar, Olivia, whatever the, like, creature was with the wings, the hair thing, only the dude who played the Mandarin could talk to. I know what I'm talking about.
I watched Shang-Chi one time.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Wait,
Oscar-
wait. You're talking about the little fuzzball thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Whatever his
okay, I
name was. But I like how they did it with that, where he didn't like talk, he made sounds, but only that dude could understand him. But everybody else, like, you know, kind of has to go through that. So I really like personification through sounds and expressions, and I think Primal did that like exquisitely. I think Gendy does that exquisitely. Not exclusively. I've seen it, and like Maximus the horse from Tangled does it pretty well too. If we gotta
can
be
see
honest.
that.
We got like
They're very
Pocahontas.
exaggerated with the speeches,
Sorry, not
but no.
Pocahontas, because I mean the
Sleeping
raccoon
Beauty
was dope.
when she's fucking dead. Anyway,
I mean, how, even in the original Mulan,
I was gonna say
when
Mulan,
they,
that's what I was gonna say.
Just focused on the horse. The horse did it pretty well.
I was talking about Cricket
But,
too, but yeah. So
Yeah, also the cricket.
the only time your animal could talk is if it's Eddie Murphy laying down the wall. If it ain't Eddie Murphy, shut up. Like,
I want
say, does it count if
want
they
to
have a
give something to
translator?
dispute that, but I can't think of anything at the moment.
like, I'll low key give you Kevin Hart. Low key.
You know what? Let me watch DC Super Pets, and then I'll let you know if that rule needs
Oh,
to stand.
no.
imagine
watch
Super
that.
Pets where no one says a fucking word.
I'd watch it.
Look, you know.
So
Park, meow, globe.
there's no words except for episode 10, which is
Which
great.
we can't
Like,
even understand what she says though. Like,
which I love. We'll circle back to it.
And they earned those vocals.
But because there's no comprehensible words, everything relies on the look and the animation.
Which is smooth as hell.
How did
It's
y'all
very
feel
Kelz
about
silk.
this?
very detailed, very
Very nice. I love
a
the
lot of
animation.
lines.
I love the
Yes.
animation in this.
I like
lot of
like all
lines.
on his face, like all the lines on his face.
He got
and,
them
yeah.
wrinkles.
Yeah.
He needs to exfoliate.
How old is Fang?
12.
I don't know. Pull out the other tooth and let me count the rings.
Oh, not Fang. My bad. Spear.
12.
As far as I know, he is
not
12.
12.
Let me see. Okay.
How
don't
old
know.
are Neanderthals before? Anyway, no, the animation, the art design, like, it's so good, and I love the colors The colors are the thing that immediately stick out to me. Like, how do you make it feel prehistoric by making it crazy neon cattywampus colors? Like, that's a tree, but a tree ain't supposed to be fuchsia.
Make
like
everything just weirdly designed and sized.
Yeah.
It just feels natural but alien.
Yes.
You know, like the Jurassic Park movies tried to do, except they didn't.
And I love that natural
Outside the
but
first
alien. Because that's exactly how you need to do this to portray something drastically different. But because it's all something that we have the ability to like touch base on in our knowledge lizard brain, it's not like another world. It's all things we like comprehend and have answers to. It's like you have dinosaurs and weird bugs and like a dude running around. Like that's all something we can connect to.
It's Bear Grylls.
It's Bear Grylls from the BC.
24.
It's BC Bear Grylls.
The BBC 24, yes.
No, I'm saying Spears 24.
I figured
Oh.
that's what he just said.
Oh, they
he
actually
said
gave him an age.
24.
Cool.
No, I did some math. So the average
Oh.
caveman lived to be 35. And then you only procreate between ages 15 and 17. Judging by the look of the kids and seeing how old they were, I would say they're probably about 9. So I did
And they
15
had
plus
2
9, I got
kids.
24. Yeah.
Were they twins?
No. But thank you for bringing
I
some
appreciate
kind
all
of
that
statistical
effort. I'm
data.
going to go with you 24.
Thank you.
Yeah, it feels good. You know, he lived a
I
long
didn't
enough
see
life.
the exact like arch of his back, but that's another way to tell. Because onset scoliosis was real.
I did not know you were an anthropologist.
I got a lot of stuff I gotta be.
Clearly,
to keep
you
up with
were
this
in the
family I
wrong
live in.
field of study.
I really am. Like the amount of things I could have done.
He's
Like not trying to
definitely the
flex,
Ross
but
of the
like
group.
Fucking
Ross.
sitting
Ross.
here talking.
It's a Friends reference. Don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah, I never saw Friends, so I'm just like,
But just
Really?
sitting here because he was studying caveman back arches. But just sitting here talking to our asses, I appreciate it.
I love y'all.
Art design, animation, absolutely gorgeous. Non-verbal storytelling through the facial expressions and the fact that Spear just looks dead ass at things, just like. Just
I love when he looked
like-
at the fire, man. When he looked at the fire
Oh, shit.
and the zombie thing, and he
Okay.
looked at it, he was like, and there was a cut-in scene.
Yeah. That episode
fire?
where they were literally fighting the thing at night.
Night Feeder, yeah.
That's what you call it. Just those scenes where it's just pitch black on the screen and all you see is running and fire. It's not lighting anything up. The background is still completely dark, but it looks fucking awesome.
No, that was cool. Then the fact that just that episode alone is really good because it just that whole sense of, and the animation lends really well to it as well. I was like when it's running through the trees and it's like looking for prey and everything, and you just see the world through the creature's eyes, and you just see Triceratops being eviscerated. I'm just like, oh my, this thing cut a Triceratops, not belly in half, but like through the skull in half. I said,
I'm
how
glad-
sharp is this thing? What?
I'm glad it wasn't another fucking supernatural thing. It was like an actual like dinosaur.
It was just a crazy mutated dinosaur that just wanted to murder everything, which we still didn't really get a good look at it. So like the whole tension and just sense through that entire episode, and you just hear the screams of murder in the
The
distance.
fight scene was
It's just-
crazy.
like,
Does
yeah,
Primal
and
have
the
an
fire.
Emmy? Not that I care because awards are bullshit, but does Primal have an Emmy?
wanna
I
say
think it does, yeah.
Mhm.
It's, I know that at least like the first 4 episodes were placed together as a movie so that they could Cartoon Network could submit it for some award ceremony. I think it was the Emmys. It didn't get nominated doing that, but it did win something for something else. It might have been the soundtrack. I don't remember.
Really? I'll say
I don't
of all the
remember.
things, while the music was good, it didn't really stick out to me as much as the animation.
Well, there weren't really many themes,
Yeah.
but it was incredibly involved because it never took you out. Like, all of the music was ambient and scene setting.
Like I said,
So-
I don't know what the award thing was. I just know that usually when I hear it, it is award-winning series Primal. But I don't know. All those awards are kind of bullshit to me, so I don't keep up with them. I don't bother with it.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was incredibly involved because how else do you tell a non-dialogue story without something to fill the void of space? Because how are you going to have somebody watch a dude run across the landscape without something to keep them involved?
Hell, even when movies first started coming out and you had the completely silent thing and just every other 10 frames were the dialogue they were supposed to be saying. You had
Oh, the
somebody
solid
playing
feel.
the piano right next to it. You needed some kind of sound. They had to do it live.
Now, with this kind of nonverbal, this kind of silent storytelling, do you think that the violence really lended itself to being a point of interest for the series?
Yes. Because this is like one of the most dangerous periods in history. Like, this ain't, for lack of a better word, bitch hour. Like, you gotta come correct. Like, this is about survival of the fittest. And if
Right.
it wasn't this violent, I don't feel like it would have thrived. That's like saying, yo, we gotta make a mafia story, but we gotta censor all the guns. Like, you can't do that. You won't be able to tell the truest version of the
Finger
story.
guns.
So I feel like Primal benefits from the violence, and I feel like it has a good amount of being appropriate without just being violence for the sake of violence, just not gory to be gory. I feel like it does a great, accurate depiction. I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't justify if it was accurate. But see, there's the cat. But, like, it's not hard to be like your brother and the better cat. But it justifies, the use of the blood and everything. And I'm glad it wasn't like the weird thing they do in China, where they censor all the blood and it's white and it looks real sus the whole episode. So I'm glad Adult Swim was like, let's be
The
how we are.
segue to that Spy Family episode that China censored. Worst censorship ever. The
Well,
worst.
I got
It's
something
sweat.
to catch up on then. What the
Absolutely the worst.
It's sweat.
No. They turn
No
all the
sweat there.
blood white. It's
Ain't
bad.
no sweat there.
But no, like just the raw, visceral, that is shown just throughout Primal, especially the ape. I was like, all right,
Rage of the Ape Man.
Rage of the Ape Man. He
Oh
said,
my god.
shit, and it's everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh.
For
And then-
4 straight minutes.
4 straight minutes. I said, I hope Dana don't walk in. She's gonna, you're gonna see this.
This was the cost of the kids. What do you want from me? So
You just hear that doorknob turn. Babe, hold on a minute.
Hold on, don't come in.
they're naked. Sorry.
No, the
I switched to Game of Thrones.
the episode. It's not much better. Episode 7, right, with the plague. Yeah, the plague episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Very,
so.
just like watching that Brontosaurus. I don't really know which one it was, falling apart. Just
my
like
God.
it's just like ugh. Just
From
dripping.
the very beginning, too, the whole plot of this poor bastard catching whatever that was, and then murdering his entire herd, and then chasing after our protagonists.
That
like,
was. Oh,
ugh.
it's him just stomping on his friends and family and just watching the guts come out. It's just like, oh no, ah! Or the episode 8, the Night Feeder. That
Coven
one
of the
was-
Damned,
Oh, which one was Night Feeder? Was it 9 then?
episode 9,
Okay,
Yeah.
it was 9. Sorry.
And then
got
10
it
was the
mixed up.
Scorpion King. Wait, no, not
Slave of the Scorpion.
Slave of the Scorpion.
Wait,
Now,
Something.
now,
wait. You said the Scorpion King. I just realized, are we gonna get
There's
a
the-
rock in this?
Here's a rock gonna be.
Probably.
Don't get my hopes up, man. Now I really enjoyed Covenant of the Damned, because we get this kind of whole like prehistoric like spirituality, and we get some introduction to magic, which okay, whatever.
It's primal magic.
It's really an opportunity to take a look back and engage with our characters, with how we got here, and we get more kind of backstory, especially with Spear. We get more time to see him spend with his children and his wife, or his baby mother, because I don't know if they had marriage back in the BC.
I would
Probably
say no.
not.
but-
I think at that point it was a who gave a shit kind of thing. If they were the only ones together, call her a wife.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna eat, you're gonna die. You know what else? Fuck. But I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
I really like that episode 8 took some time to show more of the backstory of why both of these characters, Fang and Spear, care about each other.
And to the point of the emotions and everything, I love how, since there is little to absolutely no dialogue with this, there is no room for lip service. There is no room for that little bit of like Shonen does it all the time, where it's somebody's giving a speech of like, be motivational, you're weak right now, but be strong, yeah. It don't do shit. It's just lip service.
Yeah, the way this whole thing
This
relates
is pure fucking emotion.
the way this relates is because the witch who is currently responsible for them lost a child too, so she can relate.
No
And
child
we
is safe
see
in the
that
show.
visually, except the other kids that they fucking make out of old dude spirits, you know.
That was which, by the way, the animation on the main Coven Witch was freaky. I liked it. It reminded me of Aku a lot, honestly. I
It
was
did.
Like, all right, I see
It was
it.
like Aku, but like with the Disney evil green powers.
Yeah.
Green Aku.
That's how we know they're evil, because they green. That's what Disney said. But no, it was wild looking at that, like going to the Spirit's Past through that and just seeing like, oh, he was a good father. I mean, granted, we knew he was a good father because he out here like doing all this for that.
We didn't
so.
see him beating his kids. That's all I'm saying. Like, he was.
But did they go to jail?
There was.
I was talking to Cam
Hey.
about that earlier.
Jail meant death back then. So,
No,
kids
jail
did.
meant imprisonment. They never went to jail. They just died.
Yes. So I agree that Spear is a good dad. Because he taught one of his kids how to hunt. And we didn't see on screen him not being a good dad. Because that's all we have.
I'm
that's all
saying
we
he
have
went to go get his get back against a dinosaur.
Against
Like-
a fucking dinosaur.
I know parents who wouldn't go get their get back against a murderer, but
Because
like
this is
a
bitch
dinosaur?
30, man. You said it yourself.
Yeah, we in bitch times now, man. But one character I really want to talk about right quick is
Yeah.
Mira, because like that.
Oh
Like-
my god. Big,
like, yo.
big mind blow.
So seeing she like that, now we got this new person to focus on in season 2, called the Scorpion Wrangler or
No,
whatever.
Slave of the Scorpion King.
This-
Everything.
Okay, Scorpion King. So I thought it wasn't the Scorpion King though.
It's not Scorpion King. The title of the episode 10, is Slave of the Scorpion. Because she got
Okay.
a fucking scorpion tattoo on the back of her head.
So we just gonna call him Scorpion. So the Scorpion is this new figure, this new antithesis that we gotta go against. And we see that Mira's gonna do the fight back and get her own get back, because that's what we doing in Primal. But like the scene when we saw her just like gathering stuff. Okay, first of all, just like that whole episode with the freedom and with Fang or Spear being like, yo, let me get this off of you, and then see the liberation. That was so beautiful, bro. And the lack of words. Like when we just saw her go and look at the sunset and like touch her neck and her shackles are free. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to do. We need to open our third eye so we can be like that. But anyway, side podcast about that later. But just seeing her with that freedom and the symbolism of like just the sunset and all that, and then her turning around to not feel indebted to Fang and Spear, but kind of wanting to go along with them because they gave her that freedom. That was dope. And as we see like the montage, like Akuna Matata walking scene, like where it goes day and night and all that, and we see her like getting supplies and all that, and she's got this. I think you just see her go pow and just like kill that giant turkey chicken thing. And I was like, yo, we got a real world of squad now. We got our long range up in here. So
oh my god, when fucking Spear turns around and it's like, oh my god, Mira's been captured in the middle of the night. He grabs her bow and then shoots his motherfucking spear.
Yeah,
wild.
he did. He said, "Shoop."
But no, all of that episode was and that's why we spent so much time in the last 9 episodes building up to this moment. Building up until episode 10, where we have all of this foundation between Spear and Fang's relationship. And then to introduce not only another character with a whole fuckload of mystery. Not only do they not look like Spear, right? They're not like Neanderthal looking motherfuckers. Like, she is tall and lanky, and you know good and well, if you have studied history like high school would teach you, that's a Homo sapien right there. That's a woman that, yeah. So not only does she not look like him, she's also got bondage on her. She's got like this neck casket looking thing, this yoke, and these chains around her wrists. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? This is not what Primal was teaching me. I don't know. 4 episodes ago when we were fighting giant monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
There's clearly a society out there, apparently.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Spear missing out on?
Which, just saying, that's probably the scariest thing that this show has actually put forward.
Is what?
Society.
That there's a society out there.
And that was
really,
crazy.
Really framing Spear in the way that he is the old technology. That Spear and his type of are on the way out.
Yeah, he about to go up against the new hotness.
Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck can Spear do against, like, proper man?
Yeah. I also love how basically all of the previous episodes were building up just, like, how much they would just tear the world asunder for what little they had left. Just to gain this a little bit and immediately see it ripped away.
Y'all think
all season 2 can just be trying to to get it back.
season 2 gonna be that get back? Like I told you, the get back was coming. So do y'all think? Sorry,
2 episodes are out, man. I don't know where we're going from here.
I know. I watched them. I ain't gonna lie. I watched the first 2 episodes. They
Same.
were fire. And
They were
they were fire.
Let's avoid.
I'm
My
not gonna talk about
recommendation
yeah.
is we're gonna avoid spoilers on that.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna talk about that. But what I was
But
gonna
shit.
say is that, like, do y'all think Mira is gonna die? Do y'all think Fang and Spear are gonna lose Mira?
I don't know.
It's a Gendy story. I have a feeling
It's
where
Gendy
it might go.
Gendy story can go
Unrestrained.
anywhere. We got both sides of the spectrum.
This
with
is
Gendy. we
this
have
is
literal
Gendy
Powerpuff Girls.
unrestrained. It could
in
literally
this.
be anything.
Follow me on this, all right?
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 out of the 3. We're coming for our symbionic titan, 3rd member. Mira's gonna bring the wonder of written language to Spear, and that's gonna allow them to form Titan.
We saw the first word. His first word was Mira.
Mira.
Form. Symbiotic.
Shape.
T-Rex.
She
Symbiotic Titan.
she is the brain. He is the body.
Like
Fang is the heart.
I'm really hyped for like the prospect of what this could be. Like, I mean, it did win 5 Emmys. I looked that up while we were talking. It has 5
Nice.
Emmys.
I knew it won something.
So, not that Emmys matter. They don't. Because a lot of great shows don't have Emmys. But,
A lot of
The
ones
fact
that
that this
deserve it
does-
lose out to bullshit,
yes.
which is why I
But-
don't care about them.
But I'm really interested to see, where we're going in this direction, because we've got advancements. We've got we see how good Mira is an archer. We're is everybody like this? We saw how easily those people came in and killed all the monkeys. Something that Spear was dealing with, and is he gonna dip back into that mutant power to get to be strong enough to go fight them?
Does
I
he
don't
still
know.
have that
I don't
power?
think he has that.
No, I'm saying, but is he gonna dip back in it? Is he must save Mira? Look at Puddle, Grah! And then this time, Fang jumps in with him, and we get blow, blow, blow up in that hole. That'd be crazy. That's what I want.
Spear's the ancestor of Aku's. The moment he dies, it becomes a tar puddle.
There we go. It all comes full circle.
He dies when Pangea splits and he stays in Japan. Oh my god.
Don't you tell us to bring it back after you were like, blah, blah.
But now,
Blow
The
is not.
invention of gunpowder in China in the fucking BC era.
Spears
I
gonna
was
come
doing
in
the
with
blows for
machine
the
gun
arrows. The
spears
blows
and
were the
just-
arrows, bruh. It was blow, blow.
That's more like
No, it's blow. The arrows are on fire. They're flame arrows. I'll give you
fire.
blawoosh. I'll give you blawoosh.
All right,
there's
I'm
no
looking.
plowing.
in case
I'm
you couldn't
looking
tell, we
forward
enjoyed
to
it.
more Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal, especially
Same.
because it's coming out. We don't have to wait so long.
Yes.
And after having examined a snapshot of Gendy Tartakovsky's career, he has had an amazingly large influence on Western animation and our comprehension of it.
Damn sure it has on me.
I also raised my hand.
In the it goes from Hanna-Barbera and Looney Tunes to
To Gendy.
Gendy to us, could possibly eventually, with time, passion, and money,
Mostly money.
and time and passion, because money doesn't just solve the anyway. Could possibly be the squad that makes Symbiotic Titan 2.
What's next?
I have enjoyed this, and I have enjoyed really looking at this kind of stuff.
Yes.
And I want to know who else had a career like this. What other mainstays of Western animation have been able to go out and do work on the projects they want to work on, and then bring the boys in and make cool shit that doesn't sell commercially, and then continue to go off and make things, man.
Bruce Timm.
Who?
Bruce
Look,
Timm.
motherfucker,
What's up,
we will
Bruce
get
Timm?
to him. DCAU.
No, he said who else, and I said Bruce Timm.
Yeah.
I
DCAU.
suppose.
We'll get to that shit.
No, I'm
Maybe,
just saying he asked who
eventually.
else, and I said Bruce Timm is someone else. I can't say that.
Yeah. Okay. I
No,
think we
you
got it.
absolutely can. It just leads to a hell of a tangent. Because, let's be honest, how long could we just sit here and talk about Batman the Animated Series?
I know, but I'm not saying we say that now. He was just saying who else could compare. I was like, Bruce Timm is a contender.
All right, gentlemen,
That's fair.
right.
That's fair.
write this down. So next Gendy month we do Bruce Timm.
Strange, you're the writer.
I guess I'm the okay.
Next Gendy month, we change to Bruce Timm.
If this is fate, you're the writer. So, but sorry. So now that we're like ending Gendy month, I gotta know. We've experienced a lot of Gendy. We've experienced, a snippet of all his works. We've done Samurai Jack in the past. We did Dexter's. We did Symbiotic. And here we are with Primal. So, what is you all's favorite Gendy project?
I mean, Zogs is clear. It's right there. He's holding it.
It's the only one I own on Blu-ray. It's I feel like I have to say it, but at the same time,
Primal
Gindi
Blu-ray
was
been out for a while. Just say it.
As soon as I was able. But at the same time, Gindi was a huge part of my childhood, to the point where I knew his name as a kid. I don't even know the name of half the directors I like today. So, yeah, he's a big influence, and I appreciate it. But between Dexter's Lab and Samurai Jack, I would hands down give it to Samurai Jack.
So Dexter's is your number 2, I'm assuming?
Dexter's definitely got the nostalgic factor for me. But Primal got some good shit in it. And I think Symbionic Titan deserves to be finished, but I'm afraid of like what additions could be added to it.
I'm not.
Like, I'm afraid if the addition will like take away from what's there. I love what's there. What's there right now, I think, is near perfect. But it does need an ending. So I'm conflicted on what anything lower than Samurai Jack would be. You know, now that Samurai Jack has its ending.
I mean, people were worried about season 5 of Samurai Jack coming out, and I think it was absolutely amazing. So I'm like, by all means, finish Primal. I mean, yes, finish Primal, but finish Symbiotic Titan. So we got Zog's answer. What about you, Strange?
I do love me Symbiotic Titan. I do love me Samurai Jack. That's fun. I don't know. Primal might be the new one now that I finished it. I gotta see what the ending's like, but it's pretty far up there. If Symbiotic Titan were finished and it was like a good ending, I'd probably put it up top. As of right now, Primal's kind of like up there because it is a really good storytelling. I love the animation, the music, and everything. Characters, I laughed. I cried a little bit. Episode 8 got me. At the very end. Oh, I was like, no, it's so beautiful.
I feel that. Okay. What about you, Kelz?
I'm in the same boat as Zog. If I had to pick a Genndy product that had to be my number 1, it would be Samurai Jack as like the go-to pinnacle of Genndy, because it's created by and directed by, and it has so much personality and cinematic direction in a cartoon that you didn't see anywhere else.
Facts.
Primal has to be my hard number 2 because it feels like a direct descendant of everything that made Samurai Jack great, with a new direction in hard focusing storytelling elements. We have the cinematics, we have the writing, and now we're hard focusing on how do we make a cartoon that doesn't say a motherfucking word our audience can understand. And I love that.
It takes some serious talent to pull that off.
It takes an entire career.
Yeah.
May I get to that point? That's all I want.
So,
How are you,
I
Kai?
gotta agree. Samurai Jack, number 1 in my heart, one of my favorite pieces of animation out there, and a huge motivation for me just to not be an asshole. Like, literally, Samurai Jack was like taught me one of the essence of treat people with respect and respect all living things, but get right. So my number 2 might surprise some people, but it's got to be the Powerpuff Girls. I think the Powerpuff Girls is like one of the most iconic things to ever exist.
Oh hell yeah.
Like, and I love the comedy in it. I love Mojo Jojo. I love just what's that?
I said, just look at the finale of Amphibia.
Yeah. So it's like, it still has an impact in 2022. So that's my number 2, and Primal is by far my number 3. Like Strain said, Primal isn't over yet. It could easily jump to my number 1. I could see it being my number 1, but it's gonna have to do a lot to outdo Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
But it might not have to do that much to outdo Powerpuff Girls. I really, those are my golden 3.
I mean, I can absolutely see that and agree with you. Hell, I had a dog named Bubbles when I was really young. I insisted on naming it Bubbles because of Powerpuff Girls.
I'm pretty sure Bubbles is the reason why I had such an attraction to that type of personality of women for a period of my life was because of Bubbles. I just expected them to be like Bubbles, and they weren't, and it was very...
That reality check hit hard.
Yeah. But my favorite color is blue, and Buttercup literally is the homie. Buttercup, is a mood,
Buttercup, my
bro.
favorite.
It's an actual mood.
Get you a Buttercup. That's all I'm saying.
I will. No one wants a Blossom because she's the red hair. The redheads never win in anime.
Other
I love the
than
redheads.
what's her bucket from Totally Spies?
Sam, oh god, that's a whole Zog said. That's a whole nother podcast.
We did that podcast.
Yeah, we did.
Also, redheads
check out
never
that
won.
podcast.
Urza.
I love Urza too. Okay,
Have you
take
seen
back
her?
everything
Have
I
you
said.
seen her win? I've
Taylor
seen it
TikTok?
anyway. Gendy Tartakovsky closing
Thank
out
you.
with Primal from Gendy Month. Gentlemen, I have really enjoyed this experience of examining an artist in this field with you all that has such an impact. It feels weird not talking about Gendy next week, but
does.
Little bit.
It's for the best. We need to keep it moving to keep expanding our comprehension of the medium.
And that'll force us to actually put out videos if we want to talk more about Gendy.
If you
Look, motherfucker. I need to put my focus on some other shit right now.
Yeah,
But later.
yeah,
Later.
yeah. Oh,
Goddamn classes.
gentlemen, thank you for hustling your asses off. This has been Gendy Month here on Content Breaker. You can catch all our shit on all your podcatchers. Talking Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Podcast at Content Breaker, or Twitter, Instagram, YouTube as well. Content Breaker. Gentlemen, y'all have stuff too.
Y'all do. Come on.
I don't know who you're pointing at.
I was pointing at you, but
Dad
whatever.
Trez with a Z because he's cool on Twitter.
Find me on
Strangely
Twitter.
entertaining streams 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesdays Central Time at Static. It's a strangely entertaining dreads. This is what happens when you make me do all this shit, gentlemen.
You can.
He
Strange.
was pointing at you on my
Strange,
screen.
give me your stuff.
Twitch, strangely entertaining, 9 p.m. Tuesdays Central Time, and then go look at my YouTube. I'll have some stuff on there. I promise soon. And strangely int on Twitter.
We've been saying this shit for years.
It's still strange. It's still strangely int or strangely entertaining full thing on YouTube.
Oh, wait.
What is it?
No, on Twitter, strangely enter. My brain's broken now, so that messes
All
We'll
right.
put the links down below, so check us out if you're online and if you're on the podcast listening. Just go to another podcast and write it down where we said it correctly. But
I'm about to say, go to another podcast
said
and
check
find
us
some
out
better
on
hosts.
YouTube, but okay.
go listen to some
It's
other
way
music.
too late. It's past my bedtime.
Go listen to
All
another
right.
podcast.
That is fair.
Next week, we have something that Kai, you and I have talked about adding to the list. Apparently, we've done it on another show. Zog, what are we talking about next week?
We going back to the anime next week. We talking Black Lagoon.
Let's go.
God help us.
Lucy Static Dreads' waifu.
Remy Boys. 1730.